I just gotta say something about this, okay? Teenage model 16 killed herself under a train after boyfriend canceled their cinema date. Okay, so what you telling me? I read this story earlier and they brag her up to be, oh, poor her, poor her, and poor her, and poor her, and poor her, okay? But the thing comes down to this. Of course, I'll supply the link under the more in case you haven't seen it so you can read the article yourself. But this is what I want to say. So you're going to tell me this girl kills herself because she was stood up for a date. Let's see. How many guys do you suppose, even at 16 years old, this girl had already turned down? How many guys do you suppose she had already rejected? Now, don't hand me a lame excuse that, well, that's because she's a girl and guys are strong and tough and durable and guys have to learn how to take the pain and the abuse. And women now, they don't have to take no pain or abuse and they don't have to have no responsibility and women are just goddesses and they have no responsibility and it was just right out evil wrong for the boy to stand her up because when he stood her up, that was a crime, yeah. He broke every law. But if she stood him up, oh, get over it. Man up! I'm sorry. I find this sick and I find this disgusting, okay? You know what I find sick and disgusting about it? Is because, see, her heart was broke. She was hurt. She was emotionally upset. She was hurt because he stood her up, okay? That's right. Don't you think for one moment that men and boys, young boys, don't they feel the same way when you girls stand them up or tell them no and reject them? Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. And don't sit there and hand me your lame excuse about, well, because they got a dick between their legs, they're supposed to just take it and man up and suck it up. Because I'll tell you what, you women want to claim your independence. You want to say you're independent, you're free. You're strong and you're independent. Well, here's the deal. She should have sucked it up. She should have womaned up. That's right. She should have womaned up and sucked it up and taken it. Okay, that's all I can say. See, it comes down to the plain simple facts that rejection and being stood up hurts. And it don't matter what gender you are. It hurts. But in our society, we think it's all right to abuse and hurt men. It's all right to abuse and hurt men over and over and over and over and over again. And they're supposed to just suck it up, ain't they? They're supposed to man up and just take it, right? Well, that's the reason I'm saying this. So what's wrong with this picture? Why didn't she woman up? She is free and independent, right? Why didn't she woman up, suck it up, and just take it? I mean, after all, she's probably turned down 100 different boys already. Even at 16, you can be guaranteed she turned down at least 100 fucking different boys already. And I'll guarantee you it was in 1 to 5 seconds. Okay? And I'll guarantee you if she stood a boy up, she would think nothing of it. And of course, he would be crushed. But do you think she'd care that he was crushed? No. You know why? Because it didn't affect her. But when her own medicine's laid back on her, she goes and kills herself, huh? So what you're telling me is you love to dish out your medicine that you can't take? What you're telling me is you can dish it out, but you can't take it, huh? You're so distraught over the fact that you were stood up that you killed yourself. And everybody's going poor me to you. Oh, poor you, poor you. You were such a good person. You're going to be missed. You're such this, you're such that, you're such this, you're such that, you're such this, such that. Now, we turn the situation around, and the boy had went and killed himself because he was stood up by a girl. We wouldn't be writing an article, poor him, poor him. We're all going to miss him, how good he was. He was this, he was that. He dreamed of a career. He was going to be a man model. You know, we wouldn't be writing that stuff, would we? No. Matter of fact, it wouldn't even make a fucking headline in a paper. If it did, it'd be at the back or in the middle of the paper somewhere, a little dinky paragraph. Okay? No lie. No lie at all. That's fact. My problem is, see, boys are rejected, men are rejected. All the time. All the time. By females who can't handle rejection themselves. Who get upset, pissed off, cry, and hurt when they get rejected, but they have no problem laying that hurt on the fucking guy after 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 guy. And then the guy's told just to suck it up, to take it. It don't matter if you go fucking 15 years and every last girl you met for 15 years straight reject you. Reject you over and over and over and over again. And all in 1 to 5 seconds. It's still the guy's fault and he's supposed to suck it up. He's supposed to just take that pain over and over and over again. And he's not supposed to ever complain about it. He's supposed to go crawl up in the corner by himself and die. Because after all, he is just an alien, right? He's just a guy. He's an alien. He's a robot. He's a computer. He's everything but a human being. He don't have emotions and feelings and wants and needs. Because he's not a human. He's just a guy. But when a human, which is a female, they get stood up by an alien, a robot, the swamp beast, that's right, then it hurt them. Oh, I'm hurt. Oh, I better kill myself and everybody's going to feel sorry for me. I'm sorry, this is pathetic. This is fucking pathetic. And it's pathetic because of the fact that females reject every single day over and over and over and over again. Females stand up guys on a regular basis and get the thrills out of it. Guys get hurt and told no all the time. Rejected all the time. And games played on them by females all the time. And the only thing you do for the guy is tell him to suck it up because he's not a human being. He don't have emotions and feelings. But when a girl experiences the very pain she dishes out daily, even one time, they totally flip out because they can't handle their own medicine. They can't handle what they dish. And this story is fucking pathetic. You're going to sit there and say, poor her, poor her, poor her, poor her. No, I don't call that poor her. Because I'll guarantee, even at 16 years old, she's already rejected probably 100 guys. Okay? She's probably already rejected 100 guys at 16 years old in today's society, especially when it goes by looks. And we all know it does, so quit trying to give me lame excuses and say don't go by looks. When looks is the first thing you look at. And a girl that looks like this would be being approached all the fucking time, and you know damn well she was. And she was turning them down as fast as she could spit them out and had no problems doing it, no second thoughts. Didn't care if she hurt another guy. So what about their feelings and emotions? But when her own medicine got laid back on her, even just one time, she goes and kills herself. I guess she should have sucked it up, huh? She should have womaned up and sucked it up. It's just pathetic, see, because men are just as human as women. That's right, men are just as human as women. And men get hurt by rejection and being stood up just like she did. They feel the exact same emotions that she felt. But you wouldn't care if it were a guy. There wouldn't be an article like this if it were a guy. The only reason this article's here is because if it was a female. Because remember, men ain't human beings. Boys are not humans. They're aliens. They're robots. They're anything and everything but a human being. No lie. I'm sorry to be cold about this, but it's the fucking truth. And I know it sounds cold, but it's true. It's so true. I've showed people so much that backs what I'm saying. And this story right here is pathetic. Because like I said, if this had been a boy, this would be no story. And if there was a story about a boy who killed himself even with a train because girls stood him up, it would be a little paragraph in a fucking newspaper. In the middle of the newspaper, you'd have to look an hour to find. It wouldn't be a front page article. Even if he was going to be a model and he was a good-looking boy, wouldn't matter. He's got a dick between his legs, so he'd be fucked. But when you got a hole between your legs, by golly, you get major news, don't you? That's right. I can't feel sorry for her. I just cannot feel sorry for her. Sorry, she couldn't take what she dished. What can I say?